Welcome to the Hartselle Football Coaches Show. I'm Margaret Ann Prater alongside our head coach, Coach Burt Newton. And Coach, let's thank our sponsors before we get started. We've got Agency on Main, Eddie Pruitt Ford, who, by the way, took care of my car this morning. Thank you, Jason Pruitt. Express Bath, Marmac Commercial Real Estate, Peck Funeral Home, and Life Church. Also, Coach, before we get started, I also want to remind you to tune in to the NFHS Network. Our guys will be on live Friday from Athens. So if you can't make it to Athens and their small visitors section, make sure to tune in to the NFHS Network. Coach, let's talk about atmosphere first. What do you think about Thursday night, with the AHS AA Game of the Week? That's pretty big.
The pregame stuff was so cool for our kids in our community. And I really want to thank Coach Miles and Dr. Cooper and Dr. Sutherland for how they took it off me and kind of made it into a big deal. I mean, even the stuff in the middle, in the end of the third quarter where they're kicking the field goals and the college game day type of atmosphere, and Scott Stadhagen stepped in and was a big time help as well, and just big support of the program. And so and Cullman too. I mean, Coach Walker was great. I think it was just a good atmosphere for high school football, and so it was a special night. I had a lot of fun.
Well, and the weather was great.
Yep.
I mean, it was great. Well, and I have here 6-0 has a nice ring to it. You shut Cullman out, so that was just kind of the icing on the cake, right? What can you say about the performance?
They were great. You know, I felt like Cullman played really good on defense and kind of limited some stuff, and we had that fumble going into the end zone. But Jamie bounced right back from it in the third quarter, came out, and it's like we've done about the last 3 weeks in a row. When the offense comes out in the third quarter, it's downhill running the football, and our offensive line are knocking people around, and those two running backs are getting downhill and kind of saying, "Night, we're done playing around. Let's go."
But I love watching our offensive line. We got them on later in the show. But special teams question. Cullman often started their drives deep in their territory. How important has special teams play been to us at this point?
It's been good. Michael Sumner's putting the ball in the end zone or putting it deep, and then the coverage has been really, really good. So, Coach Lake and Coach Miller are our special teams coordinators, and they're absolutely crushing it. So it's been good, and the players are buying in, and they understand how important it is, and they really take pride in it.
Well, also I want to talk about Kane Falciani. He's going to be our 80-foot forward player of the game. We're going to interview him, and I'm going to talk about his performance with Coach Lane, but I'd like you to chime in because I know you're part of that selection committee. Tell us about how he's doing and how good it is to have him back for October.
It was good to have him back. There were several third and longs where Carter hooked up with him, and of course the explosive 50-yard play kind of got us going, I thought, as well. And it just opens up so many things with the run game because you better have two safeties high or three safeties high with him in there, because if you try to play a man or you try to play one safety high, he's probably going to run by you. And Carter's going to put it on him, most of the time. And that just opens up everything for our run game. So great to have him back. He's also a great returner. And so kick return and punt return, he's an explosive player that makes a big difference.
Let's talk about Athens.
Okay.
First question, we hadn't traveled. You travel the first week of the season. Yeah. It's kind of even playing field because nobody really knows what's going to happen. I mean, you kind of know, but it's first game for both teams, right? So we went to Austin. We've been home for 5 weeks. Are things going to change up? Do you guys even know how to load the trailer anymore? You usually have a system in place by now.
Coach Harden, our director of football operations, will know how to load the trailer, and our freshmen, we got a bunch of them. So, but the sixth period on Friday, they'll be put to work, and we'll be fine on that stuff. But going to Athens is a tough place to play. It's only 30 minutes, so we'll take the cheese wagons, but it's a tough place to play. Their coaching staff is really, really good and do a great job, and I got a ton of respect for their coaches and Coach Groves in particular. And so, it's not going to be easy. And the whole message this week is, we better bring our best because they're going to bring their best.
Absolutely. And they're coming off a loss to Muscle Shoals, and they know how important this game is. Mm-hmm. So what are we going to be looking for? Are there any players that stand out? What can we tell the people at home to just kind of watch for? I know y'all.
Well, they made a change at quarterback. It's number 11. I'm not good with names, sorry, but he's explosive running the football. I think their sprint out game is good. Very similar to what we do in our sprint out game with the concept. Number 5 is their dude. I mean, I think he's their best player. And again, solid in the kicking game, solid on defense, and do a good job around the football. So it's gonna be a battle.
I'm looking forward to it. All right, we'll be right back with our Eddie Pruitt Ford fan question of the week.
Come see us at Eddie Pruitt Ford. We're a proud supporter of Hartselle Athletics.
We're here with our Eddie Pruitt Ford player game. We got Kane Falciani with us, a wide receiver senior for our Hartselle Tigers. Kane, I'm just going to start off in the beginning. A 50-yard touchdown catch in the third quarter seemed to really swing momentum, right? How much do you feel those explosive plays, which you were often a part of, changes the offense and gets them ready and affects the sideline?
I feel like it definitely gives a positive momentum to the team. Even the defense, when they see that happen and they see the lights start flickering, everybody it's ready to go, and it kind of gives the whole team momentum, not just me, not just offense, but everybody, the whole team. So whenever something like that happens, it's always just kind of a shift for us and going in our favor.
Well, now I'm going to ask you some of our survey questions, and I was on my Google Classroom looking through my surveys, and you know whose I didn't see? This guy right here. So guess what? We're going to ask you some questions. Who on the team exemplifies own it?
I'd say Carly.
Awesome. When I ask your teammates who would be best for the end zone dance, lots of them mention you. And I ask who should not dance, and that's kind of all over the place. But do you think it should be you?
I'm just the person that likes to celebrate the most, I feel like.
Well, I mean, I've got it here on my notes. Ridiculously bad is almost as good as ridiculously good. So how would you describe your dance style?
I just try to be, I don't know, just like how I like it. I don't know. I don't really try to be like bad or good. Sometimes it can be funny. Sometimes it could be like pointed towards something, but like,
Okay.
just however.
Okay. In the dessert battle, who has your favorite?
J-Dog's grandma made chocolate cobbler, and it was really good.
That's neat.
Yeah. It was really good. But also Wesley Evans' mom, she has like chocolate bread, and it's
the banana bread with the chocolate chips. She gets it a lot, and then we get dirt cake.
Yep.
The dirt cake's really good. You're often known for being outspoken. People don't usually do that unless somebody has their back, right?
Yeah.
So who has your back?
Jaden Morse for sure.
All right, now I've got one more question for you. One of the questions that I ended the survey with is, what is something that they don't understand that the common, everyday fan like me doesn't understand about playing wide receiver?
A lot of people say that like wide receiver is the easiest position on the field because like you already know what you're doing and you don't have to really like read anything, but that's not how it is. Like there's a lot that goes into playing receiver. You have to read the DB, read the coverages, and you have to know the plays, remember the plays. That's probably the hardest part. And then, I mean, you have to go get the ball no matter where it's thrown, but usually Carter puts on the money. But it's a lot harder than people make it out to be, definitely.
Awesome. All right, did a great job. We'll be right back.
Hey, Dad. That kind of looks like our car.
Wait a minute. It is our car.
Honey, we're good. That's why we chose auto owners. We worked with our agent to get the right coverage so that when the unexpected happens, we know we're covered.
Huh. That's simple human sense.
Ask the Peck Glasgow Agency if auto owners make sense for you.
All right, we're we're back with our co-offensive coordinator. Gosh, I got to give him credit too.
That's right.
We got Coach Will Lane. Coach Prater will be on later in the show with the offensive line. Coach, offense had only 6 negative plays all night. We had our 12% rule. We were finishing at 9%. How much of this comes down to maturity and discipline versus just the game plan itself?
Naturally, hopefully offensive football, the later the year goes, the more sharp you are and the limiting, operational errors. So we had 1 or 2 illegal motion penalties. One of them we said it all week long, so frustrated with that one. The other one was kind of just a timing issue. And then we had a holding call, so which I thought was could have been without, but it was called. But I tell you what, I think we're doing an excellent job of like bouncing back from them and not freaking out. And I think that's a credit to Carter and kind of just his personality, not freaking out. And if it happens, it happens. Let's move on to the next play. And so hopefully as we go forward, those slow down a little bit, but we got to continue to rebound when we do have them.
Well, and your third down conversions, 77% or 10 of 13. What did you see in Cullman's defense that allowed you to be consistent in those key situations?
Well, we felt confident, and Carter included, and if we knew, the coverage that they were in, we felt confident in where we could go to attack the coverage. And that's a credit to the receivers running great routes, Carter knowing what to do up front, of course, taking care of the rush part of it. And again, we didn't freak out. We knew early in the game they were good inside, and we knew it was going to be a struggle early to get some movement. But we felt like if we could just weather the storm, which I think we had maybe 4 to 5 of them were in that first drive. And I think once we kind of punched it in there on that first drive, long drive, we kind of settled in like, hey, we're fine in pass protection. Just relax. We'll eventually get there in the run game, and we did. And that's a credit to the big guys up front.
Well, and we had one miscue, and I know he bounced back from that. I'm not trying to hone in on Jaheim, but what did Cullman do in the red zone? Because we averaged only 3 points per possession. So that's our benchmark, not our goal.
Yeah.
And I know that kind of factored into it, but what did Cullman do differently?
Well, if we don't have a fumble right there, and again, I'm not freaking out about it. He doesn't have the ball security issues. Just something that is a perfect hit right on the ball.
Absolutely.
Tight deal. So if that happens, then we would have been 100% in the red zone, and I would have been more aggressive in the call before the half, the 2-minute drive. But what I didn't want to happen was I felt like our defense wasn't going to give up much the rest of the game. I didn't want to go in, Carter throw a pick or force something. So basically what happened in the first, we knew in the red zone that they were going to play man coverage. Well, the first drive, we had a man beater route that slipped Jaden through the backfield, and that's what was wide open. Well, after we did that, they adjusted their coverage to a lot of zone coverage inside. And so they would only rush, 4 and drop everybody else. Well, when you get in the red zone, that's pretty tough. And so that 2-minute drive, I was on the call, wasn't as aggressive once we got a penalty, because I felt like if we just weathered the storm in the second half, we'd be able to run the football. And it fortunately worked out that way.
Let's talk about King Fassiani before I let you off the hook. Eddie Pruitt Ford, player of the game, been injured, came back. He did okay.
You did just fine. Just fine.
So tell me about his performance and, what went into making him the play, because I know you had a vote. We hadn't had a lot of offensive guys. I've been kind of talking a little smack because.
Well, it sure was nice to have him back. I promise you that. He takes the top off the defense. But, we tell the receivers, like, if you're our best dude, we're going to get you the ball, point blank, period. He does a great job of learning exactly where he's at in the progression. And, that's just a credit to him. And he just naturally does some stuff running routes that is not necessarily taught to him. He just knows how to attack leverage. And for as small of a guy as he is, his catch radius is huge because he's super athletic and can jump. And so them two him and Carter just have that, that unspoken, I don't know what it is, just some kind of, they just know where they're going to be. And so I trust him. I like it, and I hope he keeps going forward.
Awesome. Thank you for your time.
When it comes to college sports, whether it's football, basketball, baseball, or softball, Hartselle is pretty much a town divided. But when it comes to our hometown athletes,
we are all Team Tiger, and at Agency on Main, we want to be your hometown real estate team.
Whether you're buying or selling, residential, commercial, land, or auction properties, trust the professionals at Agency on Main for all your real estate needs.
Go Tigers!
Okay, we're back with our Eddie Pruitt Ford fan question of the week. And while we're talking about fans and all that, there's some comments about my pink suit. This is our pink out game this week against Athens, just trying to show a little school spirit. And, you know, any excuse I've got to wear a pink suit. But that's why we want to tell all those who have battled with breast cancer that we're thinking about you. And you might see some pink pom-poms and some pink armbands. We had pink ribbons on our field. Friday night, so we just want to make sure.
Walker Rec did it on their own, by the way, and it looked really, really good. And I was very impressed that they kind of took the initiative on that. So, that shout out to y'all. Thanks.
Okay, now back to our fan question of the week. We're in the meat of our schedule right now.
Right.
The O-line has played lights out. What does the size of the upcoming defense look like? She's saying, hey, what we got coming at us? Are we ready?
I hope so. We're about to play some really dynamic offenses with good running quarterbacks, which I can't stand, and good running backs and good big O lines. So, but that being said, our defense is playing at a really high level right now. We're old and we play fast in the box. We're not faster than our opponents, but we play faster than our opponents because they're so confident and how their coaches have taught them up. And we're really good at getting off blocks and flying around. We haven't given up big plays like Coach Cole calls them shots. Our DBs have kept everything in front of them pretty much. And so if we do that, I'm confident that they're going to perform the right way. And I trust those guys implicitly the way they perform so far. So we just got to be consistent and keep getting better and better and better each week.
Awesome. All right, we'll be right back. We're going to talk defense with Coach Newton in just a minute.
Looking to remodel your home bathroom? Call Express Bath today.
They were good people to work with. I had no trouble with them.
We always take care of everybody, no matter how big and small.
The team at Express Bath, we do what we say we're going to do.
The highlight was seeing a new shower in a 60-year-old house. It was a great experience.
We're a real company, we're real people, and we love serving real customers.
Call us to schedule an appointment today. Express Bath. We'll bring the duck.
Alabama owned and Alabama loved.
One more segment, Coach. You got a bunch of them this week. You just recorded your second shutout of the season. Opposing offenses are averaging 5 points and 120 yards against you. Our schedule for the next 3 weeks is getting progressively more difficult. How do you mentally prepare these guys for that? Because, September wasn't exactly, you're not playing 60 or 48 minutes. You're not doing the whole thing. So what are we doing?
I think being consistent with the message and being great at fundamentals and realizing that, most people think that we're really good on defense because of a scheme, but it's not that. It's the coaches teaching kids how to get off blocks. We're not teaching them to run football. That's happening in their hearts where you don't play. And then, being consistent on being game tackling and getting guys to the ground and understanding, down and distance and coverage and what we're trying to do. And they've done a really good job of that. So, this past week, we come in Sunday and meet and talk about who the captain should be for the next week. And of course they got to be consistent through the week once we pick them, and I don't tell them until Friday morning, or the game day morning. It's been Thursday 3 times this year, but when you come into that Sunday meeting and there's 8 or 9 guys on defense that deserve to be a captain,
that's awesome.
It's a correct problem to have.
Yes, absolutely. Looking through the defensive stats, there was one thing that stood out to me. Just right off the bat, we had 1 missed tackle. And then I looked, Hayden Gray had 12 tackles, 1 for a loss. Austin Payne had 9 tackles, with 1 of them being for a loss. And then Braylon Swopes, shout out second period, 7 tackles, 1 for a loss. And he caused a fumble.
Yep.
Any other guys I miss?
All those linebackers had their best games. Cole Miles played unbelievable again. He played really well last week and was a captain. Blaine Johnson had his best game and really affected the run game with some stuff that didn't get tackles on the board, but he made everything spill. So he was great as well. The D-line was great. Eli King had his best game. Chris Hudson had a great game. Multiple, like I said, when you come in there and you got 5 coaches on defense, including myself, and, they're kind of arguing about, hey, my guy should be captain, this guy should be captain. Well, he deserved it. And that's a great problem to have.
That's awesome. Cullman rushed 27 times for just 38 yards, which is 1.4 yards per carry. What went into scheming to completely shut down that?
Just making sure our run fits were right and that we were violent with our hands And then in cases where he had space, be evasive and don't get blocked. I thought the Spur Rover, the outside linebackers did a great job of condensing everything and on the run two stuff. And then our stacks and defensive ends did a great job. And Dalton Bunting was great in the middle. And of course, Hayden, obviously, 12 tackles or whatever, was great too. Chris Hudson was great running the alley. So when you got, 9 guys playing run, probably 90% of our calls, and then you take into account what I call a hard corner. Those guys get on the run too. Sometimes we switch it up. It just makes it really difficult, I think, on offenses to run the football. The physicality was the biggest thing, though.
Awesome. Well, now you're off the hook.
All right.
I'm with defense. We'll be back with Coach Will Lane in our offensive breakdown.
Go Tigers.
Marmac Commercial is the leader in North Alabama for all your real estate needs, from buildings to land to even leasing. Mark and myself have years of experience handling all the different types of commercial deals. While we focus mainly on commercial real estate, the agents at Marmac Commercial even handle all your housing and residential needs with their partner and staff lead by Morgan Jones. I am Shane Odom, and we would like to thank you for your past and future business with Marmac Commercial Real Estate.
All right, we're here with our featured group of the week. We've got our offensive lineman and their coach, Coach Prater. I know y'all are all excited to be here. If you will, just go through, tell us who you are, what position you play, and then I'll start asking questions.
I'm Elijah Goyen, and I play left tackle.
My name is Liam Wooten. I play left guard.
My name is Jalen Grissom. I play center.
My name is Cash Hudson. I play right guard.
My name is Nolan Carroll. I play right tackle.
Oh, you need to know who I am?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Coach Prater, I'm in, charge of this group, so.
Okay. All right. This is a group question to begin with. You guys usually don't get your name called unless something goes wrong, right? I mean, especially in film room, unless you screw up, they expect you to play really well. But let's look at our season here, and especially that Cullman game. How good did it feel as a unit to know that Cullman really, you were kind of being able to do what you wanted to do against Cullman?
I mean, they're big rivals, so, going in there and pushing them around and being physical with them and showing them we can just do whatever we want. When that on film, definitely feels good.
It definitely feels good to show that we're a worthy opponent of anybody that steps in front of us, and we can do our job at a high level and be efficient.
Yeah, it felt real good to be able to go out there and execute just like what we were able to do against a good opponent like that.
All right, and there's always this adage that I really believe in, and I asked the same question to the defensive line, but I'm going to ask you guys too. I really believe that the games are won and lost in the trenches. Do you guys believe that? And if so, why?
I think it's definitely winning. You can win or lose in the trenches, because if we mess up a block or something like that, then he gets the running back, and if the running back can't do his job, if we don't do our job, he can't do his job. So I definitely think it's win or loss in the trenches.
Yeah, I for sure agree. Just going off of whenever we're getting yelled at by Coach Prater, nobody's happy. I mean, we usually don't have a lot of points. It usually sucks. So.
Well, and that's a great segue into my next question. I have several of you in class, and I've always had the offensive lineman in my class. And so this year I was asking, and you have commented, several players have, on Coach Prater's calm demeanor this year. So is he calmer because he's been here for a while? Y'all are used to the system. Are y'all just more of a seasoned unit, and he doesn't have to let you know of his expectations? I mean, what's your theory on this?
I think it's his walks he takes. I think they're paying off.
No, I definitely think he's trusting us a lot more as a unit. And I mean, don't get it twisted. He definitely gets on us when we need it, but I feel like he's definitely relaxed more because he just trusts us.
Is that good for the group? Okay.
Yeah.
What's a play call that comes through that you guys are like, let's go? Because you know you're about to bang some heads.
I think for the left side, it's Crash T, just because me and Liam look at each other and we're ready to pull. And it looks like,
It's definitely Crash T.
For me, it's Zelda or Zora, inside zone, because I just know the nose is just going to get ate up by me and the guard. So that's my favorite play.
Yeah, definitely Zelda. Zelda or Zora, inside zone. It's just very simple here.
I love any screen play. I mean, I get to run out there as fast as I can, try to hit somebody, so I like that.
Coach, you got a favorite?
I'm as long as they're going in the right direction and we're getting pushed the way I want it to happen, I'm good with any of it. So I will say this, usually on Wednesday mornings when we practice, we'll do an inside period, and a lot of times the last couple of plays, I'm like, okay, what do y'all want to run? And it gives them an opportunity to, you kind of find out what they really like to run, because that's when they speak up and like, let's run this. So.
All right. Trash talking. I asked defensive line this. Who's the worst?
Definitely me.
Definitely Liam.
It's definitely me.
And then who's going to back it up the best?
I'll say I back it up pretty good. I like J-Dog. I mean, J-Dog.
I don't know. I feel like I rarely talk trash, but when I do, it's like for good reasons.
Yeah. I feel like when the defensive lines, they're cordial and nice, we usually don't have many problems. But
Yeah. We're usually a defensive unit. We never go out and start talking to trash. It's usually a response to trash talk.
But also, I feel like when we all trash talk, it's as a unit. Like, I always feel like we're on the same
Yeah, definitely.
It's never just the oddball out.
I don't think anybody's got to back it up. I think if one person's talking trash, we're all backing them up.
Yeah.
Okay, I have a question for Coach Prater. As a line coach, would you rather have a long, sustained 14-play drive, or would you rather air it out like we did to Kane Passiani, 50-yard gain, touchdown? What's your favorite?
Well, as far as like for offensive line play and the flow of the game, it's hard as far as the defense. If you're running 13, 14 plays and every one is 4 and 5 yards, it's very deflating. And so from a mindset perspective, I love, 3 yards of cloud dust. Told you that week 1. But however we can score, I'm good with it. If it's throw the ball deep and it's whatever we can do, that's what I like.
So you're letting air it out lane call a couple plays. Okay.
I'm good with it. Hey, I tell them all the time, as long as we catch it, I got no problem.
I'm gonna let you guys go off on a high note. We did this with defensive line. If you've got a play you remember, my question actually says best block or pancake, but it may be, hey, we did this and scored or whatever. What's your favorite moment you've had so far? And hopefully we'll have lots of good moments later on, but so far, and it doesn't have to be this year.
I'd say Decatur. I think we called Nell, and I blocked one of their defensive linemen down and pancaked him, and then Jaden ran in for the touchdown. And I remember watching, they posted it on Facebook, the video, and it just looked good, and I liked it.
Well, thanks.
I don't really have one yet.
I'd say it probably last year at most of Shoals. I played guard at the time, and I had pulled and kicked out. And Coach Prater had been on me all week about like blocking the guy. He said if you just block it right, there'll be a touchdown or like a big yard. And like I blocked him and I pancaked him, and I remember like looking up and all I see is like Jaheim just running, and I was like, yes, sir, that's what I like to see.
Yeah, I think last year against Decatur, I went in second half, and I remember Jai. I was playing left guard, so it was Lexus, I think, and Jai just took it, he cut it up, and there was nobody out there, and it gave you that confidence. It's like I can play at this level if I actually put work. Yeah,
Mine's for sure when they threw me the ball. I know I got tackled like -5 yards, but
it was just 4. It was just 4.
Max Preps put it as -5, so I need to call up there.
Yeah, you need to.
But
you need to email.
But I mean, it felt good. Like I thought I'd be a lot more scared than I was, but once we called the play and I got out there, it wasn't that bad.
It was awesome.
Yeah, it was just a lot of fun.
All right, you guys are always a fun group. Thanks for taking time with us. We'll be right back.
We really do have the coldest bed out there. It has fans in it. I sleep on it every night.
I want to sleep like I'm at a 5-star resort.
Many of you know that my chiropractor stands behind me. This bed is the reason why.
So restlessness at 0% and wait.